All right. So you're welcome to this video. I I haven't sat here to record for a while. I think maybe it's been a month. I have been well, partly lazy, but also I've been just trying to figure some things out. Anyways, I saw someone do a 2026 prediction and I thought I would make one that maybe focuses more on Ghana. The first one is actually that Kwesi Arthur is going to release a new album. Now, I feel like that was pretty obvious, but even as I'm recording this, he has already announced that he's putting out a new album. It was a few days ago that he put out a snippet with like a compilation of him freestyling and rapping throughout the years. And people were like, "Oh, new album is coming, new album is coming." I feel like we saw it coming. We just didn't know when. I knew that he was gonna release an album. This will be his third studio album. Is it an album? Let me check. The thing you could do when they come for you. So it's titled Redemption Valley. It is gonna come out on 17th January on Even Biz. It's, I guess, on a certain website, and you can pre-order it. I did know this, that Kwesi Arthur usually releases his albums on certain platforms before, and you would have to buy them. Like, it's actually monetized right away before it goes on Spotify. Most of us know that if you put music on Spotify, it's basically free. Most Spotify knows saying what you have for Spotify, and how much do you think Spotify is giving to its artists, and how much do you think Spotify is taking? Right? We don't pay enough for our artists to get enough from streaming, especially. Okay, honestly, I don't know how to feel about Kwesi Arthur making a comeback, because he was never really gone, right? He just sort of did not really, you know. I feel like the coming of Black Sherif also created this whole comparison where you sort of could really see that Kwesi Arthur was not, holding up. Do you understand? And so it really feels like a redemption. This feels like a redemption. It does. And I'm sort of happy that there's an acknowledgement of that. Before he posted this teaser, Cali J, and he posted on Twitter, 2026 will be Kwesi Arthur's comeback year. Kwesi Arthur quoted the tweet and said, 2026 is Kwesi Arthur's moving on year. And I was like, okay, so I guess like he's not really thinking that he has to make a comeback, which fair enough. You can think he has fallen off. You can think maybe he's not doing as well as he used to. But he can also feel like, look, I'm doing good enough and I don't care about you guys. I don't feel like I am coming from a certain low to a high. I'm just on a, forward trajectory. Fair enough. But the facts don't lie. And the facts are that Kwesi has not really been on the kind of high that he used to be on. And so there's been so much anticipation now that I feel like hip hop has had a sort of new peak in Ghanaian music. There is this expectation that there was always an expectation that Kwesi Arthur, because Kwesi Arthur contributed greatly to the sort of rise of hip hop in the coming of age of this generation. Like, he is our sort of hip hop leader for this generation, and so people really thought that this, like, around this time would be like a career peak. Think South Korea and like the era of Mary, or maybe even the highest album. But Sakura has had consistent peaks in his career, and I think after the peak that Kwesi Arthur had with the first album, Life from Nkrumah Chrome Home Run, people thought that he was going to have consistent re-peaking, right? But then the second album went, I didn't like the second album, and I don't think that it did as well as the first one. When Black Sherif came, and then there's a Kweku Smokes, and Kweku Smoke had been in the background for a while. But the thing is, Kweku Smoke steadily built a very strong audience, I think, outside of the mainstream. I think that Kweku Smoke built a sort of street audience. And when you have the street, you don't really, really need the radio like that. But the mainstream comes and joins on, the Kwaku Smoke bandwagon, but he had already established himself. The thing about Kwesi Arthur is that just right when he had actually started creating, he shot up, right? And so I feel like there's an extent to which there wasn't a higher, like he couldn't re-peak. But I don't agree with that at all. I think that he could have kept being consistent with the kind of peak he had. The second album just did not do it. Plus, there was a lot of, I think, behind the scenes things that we don't know about that contributed to it. But yeah, there are 8 tracks. I'm glad that it's not long. I hope that the concision of, its length is going to reflect also in the storytelling, the music. Like I want it to be hit after hit, and not hit after hit as in like, like banger after banger, but like I need it to do what is intended to do. I don't want him to miss the mark on any of these songs. Maybe one or two. But when I say, like, when a person sets out to hit a certain target with a song and they hit it, you can feel it. And that's what I want for each of the songs on this album. I'm looking at the poster right now, yeah. I'm looking at the album cover. It's reminding me of Life from Nkrumah Chrome Home Run. It's giving the whole, like, the way that they have these, like, a collage of his images, but then his images from, like, before, it's like a throwback pictures put together. And I like that. I like that we are going to do a sort of sankofa before we move forward, right? And so it's already giving story, it's already giving theme, and I like that. I think that he's earned it because he has been in the industry, I think, 10 years at this point. His first hit was in 2017, but he did have other songs, I'm pretty sure, in 2016. And he had been hustling in the music space for a while before 2016. So I would say, yes, it's been 10 years of Kwesi Arthur's career. And so I think he has earned a look back, a trip down memory lane. But I hope that it has the sort of reflection, self-awareness, and honesty that would make something like this impactful. Do you understand? What is the point of going back and looking back on your life if you can't be honest with yourself and the people around you, or to the person you're telling the story about, the negatives, the positives, the good, bad, ugly? Do you understand? So I'm really hoping that he does that. I think it's great. I think it's retracing your steps before you move on. And I think that it's the perfect thing for him to do right now, to move on with his career. Just to remind you guys where this all started, low key. And I would never take anything away from Black Sherif, but a lot of the trapper kind of like modern hip hop mixed with hip life, even the lifestyle around it, a lot of it was popularized and just sort of made cool by Kwesi Arthur. Now, of course, the JBs, Papi Kojos are there, but when Kwesi Arthur stepped into the scene, he was able to reach a larger audience than the two of them did with the, the Waves and Arellano era. Enuntino. There's a lot of credit to give to Kwesi Arthur with regards to this. And bro, I'm actually excited, but I'm not going to think too hard about it. I'm going to be listening to most of his past music for the rest of the day and until 17th January, just to prepare myself. The whole day today, I was singing the song. What you gonna do when they come for you? Real bad man in his under suits. Anyways, what are my predictions for it? I've already sort of given my expectations, but I have this one particular prediction, and that is that Black Sherif and Kwesi Arthur are going to release the Alhamdulillah song. I think they will. Oh, Alhamdulillah. Now we out here, we heading up to the sky. Blessings to my brothers, everyone in my life. Munda, cause I do it for life. Or at least I hope they do. I hope that Black Sherif and Kwesi Arthur release that song, because we deserve it. Like, as hip-hop fans and fans of Ghanaian music and fans of both of them, which I am, I hope that they release it because we have needed. It's like, I don't know, if you're a pop girly, it's like the Beyonce and Rihanna collab, which we never got, but it's like when two bad bitches come together to maximize their joint slay. That's what it would be. It would shift something. We need it. We need it. It's necessary. It is. Yeah, so that's all I have. That's all I have for the Kwesi Arthur video. I was gonna do the predictions one, but I will make another video doing the predictions. I think I've wasted enough time talking about Kwesi Arthur here. So I'll see you in the next one.